In Russia, he was a professional football player and a celebrated YouTube star, Yevgeny Savin. He was forced to flee his homeland after he spoke out against the war in Ukraine. In Cyprus, he's continuing to pursue his dream of building his own football club.
Just imagine, the war breaks out. Nobody believed we'd be allowed to buy a club, open a bank account, or register a company with a Russian passport. Nobody believed it.
He had to give up his old club in Russia. In Cyprus, he's trying to rebuild it. His club's rise to the top division feels like a fairy tale, but keeping it alive requires money, and Savin has had to make many sacrifices.
It's such a huge responsibility. I cried. I wrote, "Dad, forgive me for everything. I just couldn't do otherwise."
Yevgeny Savin's life as a former footballer and a popular sports blogger in Russia is in the past. Today, he's the president of the football club Krasava in Cyprus. Over the past 3 years, Savin has led the club to the top flight of Cypriot football. After his professional career in Russia, Savin quickly became a media star in his home country. In 2018, he launched his YouTube channel Krasava, on which he talked about Russia's problems through the lens of football. He rapidly gained over 1 million subscribers, popularity that brought him substantial income.
700,000 euros a year.
A bit more, a bit more. And don't forget there are events and side gigs, so it was about 1.2 million a year. That's per year.
In 2021, Savin used that wealth to create a football club from scratch and named it after his YouTube channel. But Russia's invasion of Ukraine changed everything. After he posted an anti-war video, Savin was accused of discrediting the Russian army. A court ordered his arrest and the Krasava football club was banned. Savin had to flee and chose Cyprus as the new home for his family, all because of his dream of a football club. The costs for building a team are lower here than in most other European countries.
In neighbouring Turkey and Greece, to play in European Cups, there you would need tens, maybe hundreds of millions to buy players. Here, 5 to 7 million, and you can compete.
In the summer of 2022, Savin bought a small regional club called Ipsonis. The team had never played above the second division. He renamed it Krasava. The price, a couple of €100,000. It's a new club, but its colours, emblem and principles remain the same as those of Krasava in Russia.
When I think back on how we went through it, I honestly don't understand how we survived the first year. Just imagine, the war breaks out. Nobody believed we'd even be allowed to buy a club, open a bank account or register a company with a Russian passport. Nobody believed it. We assembled the team 1 month before the season, incredibly late. I was transferring money out of Russia to the guys by any means possible. I sold everything I had and invested it in the team.
In the first year, Savin spent about €1.5 million on the club. The money he'd earned from YouTube was running out. Because of a lack of funds, Krasava risked shutting down after the very first season in Cyprus. Savin urgently searched for sponsors. The saviour for Krasava turned out to be the online broker Freedom24, owned by billionaire Timur Turlov. After Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Turlov pulled his business out of Russia and took Kazakh citizenship. He's now one of Kazakhstan's richest people.
I practically fell to my knees from relief. I was walking somewhere in Paphos. I stopped, called my wife and said, "Dasha, freedom is with us. We're starting the season. Everything's good now."
With the sponsors' support in the 2024-25 season, Krasava made Savin's dream come true. The club claimed its first ever trophy by winning Cyprus's second division and was promoted to the country's top flight. Despite reaching the first division, Krasava remains a football start-up, as Savin puts it. Every euro counts to make sure the club breaks even. All employees perform multiple roles and work long hours. But there's still no money for chairs.
I don't mind washing the floor in the office. No problem. We're still a startup. And if you don't do it yourself and show the others, it won't work. Guys, we are Krasava. We are more than a football club. We're more than a job. We are a family.
This is Krasava's football academy. For now, the rented fields and small room converted into an office here are the only physical assets the club has in Limassol. The team plays its home matches at the Amakostos Stadium in Larnaca, an hour away. But Savin's ambitions go far beyond the current setup, and sponsorship support alone is no longer enough. To move forward, the club needs investors, long-term committed partners.
The Ministry of Sports allocated land specifically for us, for our football club, where, if we remain in the top division, we can build a stadium. They cover 70%, but we must cover the remaining 30%. That's about €3 million to build a stadium. And again, where do we get 3 million? We want to grow step by step, first a training base, then staying in the top division, then finding investments, then building a player transfer model that works, and finally finding a person who believes in us and becomes a full partner.
For now, the club's main asset is the popularity of its founder. The vast majority of Krasava's supporters are Russian-speaking emigrants.
Krasava brings people together in the stands, from Belarus, from Ukraine, from Russia, from all cities. And today it's hard to even imagine another place where people gather, make friends, unite, shout in Russian and cheer for a football club. It's a completely unique story, 100%.
Symbolically, the first player Savin signed in Cyprus was a Ukrainian, Yevgeny Savin. One of the main reasons he joined the club was Savin's courage to stand up against the war.
Having the guts to speak out about the situation and support Ukrainians during such a hard time, that takes real courage.
Cyprus has a large Russian-speaking community. According to official statistics, about 100,000 residents of the island hold passports from post-Soviet countries. They are Krasava's target audience.
We have a different vibe. Cyprus has long traditions, rivalries, conflicts. People are used to football as confrontation. But we're different. We came here as migrants. We want friendship, fun, family atmosphere, to go together to family-friendly matches.
Krasava's first match in Cyprus's top division is against 29-time champions Apoel, with many Russian-speaking fans in attendance.
I've lived in Cyprus for almost 3 years. I work in cybersecurity. I've lived in Cyprus for 2 years, working in IT, analytics. I'm from Moscow, been in Cyprus for 3 years. We are from different countries. At first, just some friends and friends of friends. We all love football and speak Russian. Everyone roughly knows who Zenia is and heard about the club. We once came just to see what it's like and got hooked. We liked the community and decided we needed our own local team, and it looks like we found it.
Savin stands with the regular fans, greeting them, taking pictures, discussing the game with passion. Savin's wife Daria, their children and his father-in-law Nikolai also sit nearby in support of Krasava.
For me, Krasava is our third child, and today, before the first goal was scored against us, I stood on the opposite stand and looked at the huge orange section. What was it? 2,000 people? I had tears in my eyes several times. I realized where we came from, what we achieved, who we're playing against, where we are playing.
The historic match draws 300 supporters for Krasava. The club hopes for much larger crowds in the future. Krasava loses its debut match in the top division. Despite the defeat and his hoarse voice, Savin remains optimistic.
I am so happy with this team, honestly, to tears. I'm sitting here practically crying. What we've done, not just moving up, but assembling a team that fights Apoel on equal terms. Crazy, on equal terms. Everything's ahead of us. Everything's just beginning.
But the football fairy tale has a darker side. The hardest part for Savin is being separated from his father, who cannot fly due to health issues. They haven't seen each other for 4 years.
He watches Krasava's games online. I once gave him a computer 15 years ago. Now he and my mum went to our old apartment in Moscow, the only thing that's left. I asked a friend to transfer him money, and he bought a new computer. And when he messaged me, "Zenia, thank you, it's such a huge responsibility," I cried. I wrote, "Dad, forgive me for everything. I just couldn't do otherwise." I would die for this club, honestly. So many times I wanted to quit, but on the other hand, it's impossible. It's love, absolute love.
In the top division, Krasava faces its toughest challenges yet. But that won't stop Savin from dreaming.
The next dream and next step is, of course, European competitions. For the whole world to learn the story of FC Krasava.
Krasava connects people who resist the war, and Savin's work is far from over.